Welcome back to CPF Custom Garage. Today we're going to start working on the brakes and doing the front brake lines and the rear. So everybody always uses a proportioning valve, but if you use an EK brake booster, then you can use a 89 to 93 Nissan 240 SX master cylinder, and it has the proportioning valve built right into it, so you don't have to make lines to the proportioning valve. So again, use an 89 to 93 Nissan 240 SX master cylinder. So I'm going to start doing my brake line tuck. These are my custom brake lines that I'm going to build, which I have 3 little holes drilled right there for the brake lines to go through because it's going to be tucked. So these 2 in the back right here are the front brake lines. This one is to the rear. So you're going to have to bring the line in there and tee it off into the back. But the 2 fronts are easy. This is what I'm going to use to make my brake lines. So I got 3/16. I'll move this stuff. So this is 3/16 line that I have. It comes in a spool. It's about 25 feet long. I got another bag because I'm going to need more. And this is my flaring tool that I'm going to use, which is that you can buy this off Amazon. I live in Canada, so it cost me about $85 for this tool. But it comes with this, some jelly to dip the brake line into before you flare it, and the tool to make the bubble flares in any Honda ever made, pretty much. That's 3/16 brake line. You put it into option 1, goes in first into this end of it. After you put your brake line through this end to that line that goes across that way, then you screw this side into this way till it maxes out, and then you take the thing out. You take this little tool out, and then you flip it over and you put it in until it maxes out, and then you will have your flare. So basically you take the line out of the roll and you just straighten out the piece that you're gonna need, and then you're gonna use a tool like this that's gonna clean it up and cut it. So the next step, you take the thing out of the tool like that, and then you clean. The end is gonna be not the best. See, you clean out all the burrs and that in it. So you just stick this in there, just turn it a few times until it comes clean. Then you do it to the other side. Make sure it comes clean. Okay, now next step, you take your tool here. You take, it is a 10 mil socket to loosen these off. Okay, now you stick your end that you want to be flared. Oh, after you stick it in the jelly, a little bit in the jelly, you take the jelly and just stick it on the end. Stick the end in it like that. You get a little bit of jelly on there. for it to lubricate. Helps it flare better. Then you take your tool, you open it up, you slip your end in there, and you look through the hole, that hole, till you see it lined up. Now you hold this, and then you tighten these down, right? Make sure they're tight, because you don't want your line to slip out. There we go. Okay. Make sure it's tight. There we go. There we go. Now, you take this piece, option 1, you start threading it in here. Straight in. Now, once it gets tight like that, you take your 17 mil and you tighten this all the way down until you bottom out. See, it's bottomed out. So now you take it, you loosen it off. You flip it over and you slip the other end in now. Now you tighten that all the way down. Put it in tight. Now make sure you tighten this all the way down. As tight as it goes. Now loosen it off. Take the piece out. Now loosen these pieces off. And you see what you accomplished. So I'm just loosening everything off right now, like these bolts. And then you pull out. You gotta make sure you pull it enough. Boom. And that's what your bubble flare should look like. Perfect bubble flare. See? Perfect bubble flare. Okay, now you get these ends here. Oh, let me see. Like that. Goes on your 3/16 line. Make sure you put it on the right way. So, always the opening, it's got to look like that once it's done. So you slip it on. See? Now it makes it look perfect. Perfect. Okay? Now you take it over here and you thread it on like you need to. Let's see. Now I need to bend this to go in one of those holes over here. I'm going to use this far hole for this one, but actually I'm going to start in the front hole over here and do this one first. So you got to persuade it in there. Once I get it bent, I'll be back to you. See, that's how I have it screwed in. Not fully tight yet, but I got it going through the hole. You see, I just put a minor bend to it right through the hole. So now you take your wrench that looks like this, meant for brake lines, and now you can tighten it up and you won't have a problem later on with stripping this. And it's gonna work. Once you get it tight, just give it a little bit extra. You don't have to kill these. You don't have to be crazy tight because they're pretty sealed. There you go. And that's it. And that's how you do your first brake line. And you repeat the process for the other two to make the flare. I'll get back to you once I'm done that. So to recap, what I have done now is I have a 2000 EK brake booster, which you can use any EK brake booster, I believe. Then I used a 93 Nissan 240 SX master cylinder because it has the proportioning valve built right in. Then I custom made my three brake lines, which these two are my two fronts. That's the front, that's a front, and that's the rear, which is going into the two holes over here. I mean 3 holes, sorry. 3 holes over here. And then I'm gonna bend them to wherever I need. So this first one here, I'm gonna go to the left front tire. This second one, I'm gonna go to the right front tire. Then this third one here, I'm gonna go down and follow the middle of the car, inside the car, and put the a union on every one of these. And then I'm gonna tee off and put the 2 brake lines on, and then this, I'm gonna put the fronts, I'm gonna put the steel braided lines, and I have steel braided lines for the rear too, which I have a brake conversion from drum to disc that will be coming in later videos. I'm just trying to get the front end done on the car. So far I shaved the engine bay. As you can see, there's no holes for any of the wiring to go through anymore. I cleaned it all up, painted it all black. It looks good. It's just dusty, really dusty. It's been stored all winter, but now it's time to go hard at it. There's my subframe. Looks nice, yeah, but it's very dirty. If you see, it's dusty, and all my bushings and my Mugen extended ball joints I have put on. But that's gonna be it for this video. Feel free to comment, ask questions. Doesn't matter. I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thanks for watching.